Good evening, Rams. I'm JJ McKinney.
I'm Kate Sherman.
And I'm Bella Walser. In the past 2 weeks, there has been a wave of student activism against the war in Gaza on college campuses. This wave started with the initial arrest of about 100 protests at Columbia University.
Since then, more than 1,200 protesters have been taken into police custody on U.S. campuses, with protests growing across the country. Some of these universities have been met with police backlash, and at some universities, police and university administration are dealing with the protests by arresting students, removing encampments, and giving academic consequences.
This week, Colorado State started joining in on these national protests. CSU Students for Justice in Palestine has been organizing nonviolent protests and has asked the university for a list of demands. These demands include financial divestment, asking the university to divest from certain companies that profit from or support the conflict, academic boycott, asking CSU to cut ties with Israeli universities and weapons manufacturers, ending the silence, and asking CSU to issue a public statement advocating for the ceasefire. And lastly, supporting students' First Amendment right by asking CSU to respect their right to a nonviolent protest.
Colorado State's protest on Monday was organized to release this demand letter to the CSU administration. The nonviolent protest started on the LSC Plaza, where students gathered around to listen to the demand letter.
Remember, in light of the devastating human rights violations occurring in Palestine and now imminent invasion of Rafah, where over 1.4 million Palestinians seek shelter in makeshift camps on the brink of starvation, we insist Colorado State University's Office of the President, Board of Governors, trustees, and directors takes a firm stance by aligning its institutional practices with its proclaimed democratic values. Therefore, failure to address these demands will inevitably lead to an increase in nonviolent student protest on campus. Our actions will reflect our commitment to justice and the moral imperatives our faculty have instilled and the university claims to uphold.
The rallying speeches led to hundreds of students marching to the administration building, where they continued their protest. 3 representatives then peacefully hand-delivered the letter of demands to Amy Parsons' office.
The letter also included a response deadline, saying that failure to respond will be understood as a dismissal of the demands. Ella Smith, a CSU student and a member of the Society for Justice of Palestine, led the protesters as they marched on campus.
This is an international issue. We really wanted to focus our energy here on CSU today. We wanted to focus on CSU's not only ties to Israeli military, but also CSU's silence, which is complicity. CSU has not made a statement yet on the ongoing genocide in Gaza, on the scholasticide, which is the destruction of all schools, all universities in Gaza. We believe that this is completely abhorrent. We think that CSU has blood on its hands, and by proximity, all CSU students have blood on their hands, and we think that's completely unacceptable. Office of the President accepted our letter with grace, which was really wonderful. People like me who have been privileged our whole lives, it is our duty to put our bodies, our lives on the line for the Palestinian people. It is our duty to engage in this work. And I'm really hoping that the Palestinian people see that they are not alone in this struggle.
To respond to this letter of demands, CSU's president, Amy Parsons, released a statement by the given deadline, saying, "Universities across the country are experiencing demonstrations and protests which have at times resulted in major disruptions to safety and community functioning. That has not been the experience here at CSU."
We have had multiple examples throughout the year of successful demonstrations and protests in which organizers and staff worked together to ensure that individuals could safely exercise their First Amendment rights.
I have met with and am meeting this week with various student groups to hear their concerns and to encourage respectful dialogue on a wide range of complex and challenging issues. I'm so grateful for our RAM community as we navigate these challenging times. SJP responded by stating President Parsons agreed to meet with SJP and the Zionists to find common ground. Since this is not what we had asked for, we made no agreements. We feel as though we are being railroaded into a dialogue as a tool of distraction. There is no common ground in genocide. We stand by our demands and will not stop until they are met.
Following the response, CSU students are continuing to protest to have their demands met by participating in a sit-in. Students are spending the day on campus, setting up tents on the LSE Plaza, but are leaving by 7 p.m. each day to follow university rules. SJP says they will be continuing their peaceful protest on campus throughout finals week.
Yesterday, counter-protesters also took the opportunity to voice their opinions on the conflict during the 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. university curfew. Here's what they had to say.
Before October 7th happened, Israelis were protesting daily for the government to change, and a lot of people don't realize that. A lot of Israelis don't like what's happening. They don't agree with the government. They try and minimize the casualties, and we're not saying they do it well, but it's the fact that they're trying. If Hamas puts down their weapons, everyone is safe and Israel gets to continue existing. If Israel puts down their weapons, we don't exist anymore.
Exactly.
Jews die. War is war. War is hell. You never know when it's going to end. As someone who doesn't really have any connection to Israel aside from the part that I'm Jewish, I want there to be a coalition of peace and just unity between Palestinians and Israelis, because both we're cousins, we're all siblings. It's beautiful when we can all get together and just have this beautiful world of peace and just happiness.
With Colorado State being just one of the many college campuses taking part in this protest, other Colorado universities are also seeing the same result.
Last week, the University of Colorado at Aurora campus started an encampment as a way to protest their demands.
What do we do? Stand up, fight back! And the Alexa mosque is under attack. What do we do? Stand up, fight back!
So I'll start with the positives. Like, the positives has just been the level of organization, the groups that have all come together and organized. As soon as someone comes for the first time to the encampment, the first thing I tell them is, have you seen the village? That's what I'm calling it. I don't think that's its name. But we've got a medical tent, we've got a supplies tent, we've got a food tent, we've got a hot water and coffee area. Like, it's very organized, it's very squared away, which I think is really good, right? Because again, we want to do this, but we want to do it safely. We've got counter protesters here trying to distract, trying to make this a confliction zone. Right now it's harmonious. If you look around, there's dogs, there's baby strollers, there's kids, bikes. Like, it is like a farmer's market, right? It's a farmer's market. It's a good vibe. People come have fun in solidarity. Divestment is the most important thing because that's material impact, right? Like, we've seen early on in this struggle, a lot of the movements were ceasefire bills and things like that. And while those are good, if you get that ceasefire bill passed, it doesn't really change anything for the people in Palestine.
We've had a campaign going on since November, trying to get the school to divest from Israel. We've been doing a series of protests, escalating higher and higher and higher. And then we saw the call for universities across the United States to set up encampments, specifically by National Students for a Democratic Society, which we are a chapter of. And started off by Columbia University Students for Justice in Palestine. So we wanted to join in on that and create our own popular University of Gaza. I not only have had to see the videos and stuff of the genocide that's been happening in Palestine, but I saw firsthand my fellow student organizers who I've been organizing for months with get attacked by this campus's administration, intentionally calling violence upon them. This is what we're breaking is not like a law, but a campus policy that they're willingly enforcing. We're seeing students rise up to injustice like we did in Vietnam, like we did in the South Africa, the anti-apartheid South Africa movement. So, students are once again seeing the injustice that's happening, recognizing who is standing by the injustice, and understanding that we're fighting the popular fight. We're fighting the just fight. So that's honestly where I get my strength from. Seeing the protesters at Humboldt University push the police officers back. That strength comes from being on the right side of history. So I'm happy to be able to join in on the cause and help to move us to a more progressive world.
Aurora campus is just one of the universities that has been met with police backlash, with more than 40 students being arrested. However, the university is saying it is now trying to take a more diplomatic approach by meeting with the protest group.
Earlier today, the Aurora Executive Council released a statement saying a donor will give $15,000 to the Red Cross in the group's name. But that is only if the protesters agree to take the encampment down by 5 p.m. today. The protesters did not agree to this, as the encampment is still standing. Now, Aurora campus is connected to universities like Columbia, University of Texas Austin, and UCLA due to the shared experience of arrests taking place.
As campuses continue their pro-Palestinian demonstrations nationwide, authorities and university administrations continue to figure out how to respond to the protest.
This story is still developing. While we recognize that this is our last week of shows for this semester, we will continue to update you on the story through social media. Thank you so much for watching.
Stay tuned for our final goodbye show starting in 10 minutes.
Until next fall, have a good night, Rams.
Yeah?
Robbie, where the hell are you? The new show is starting in 10 minutes and our producer's gonna be here?
Yeah, we'll be right there. Damn! We're late for news!
It's heavy, Doc.
Welcome back to our final news show this school year. I'm Tate Paisley.
And I'm Gabriele Hibbits.
Colorado State University's Department of Mechanical Engineering geared up to kick off the inaugural Robo Ram Cup last Saturday, bringing the Fort Collins community to witness the fusion of technology and sports. With student-built soccer-playing robots taking the field, it was truly a thrilling display of innovation and competition.
Every semester, the Mechanical Engineering Department puts together an event designed to challenge their students and showcase their abilities. This year, the event was the Robo Ram Cup, where students would build robots designed to play soccer.
One of my big inspirations was trying to get an activity that the students would find compelling, fun, and exciting. So I actually talked to a group of students about like video games that they were playing. I heard about this video game called Rocket League, and so it seemed to be a very compelling, cool game. And so I tried to design a competition around that, kind of like that, mirrored sort of the philosophy behind that video game.
The event, which took place in CSU's Moby Arena, has vastly grown in size since its conception a year ago, leading to hundreds of people coming to watch the event.
One of my true beliefs is that Colorado State University engineering is criminally underrated, and we produce amazing engineers, and so I wanted to celebrate them. So part was to celebrate their engineering abilities, and also, to celebrate them in the same way that we celebrate athletes. And so we have big stadiums and we have these sorts of things for our athletes, which we love, and big shout out to CSU Athletics for letting us kind of use this facility. But we also want to celebrate our engineers in the same way that we celebrate our athletes.
Going forward with the event, the organizers hope to expand to an even greater size, and plans for next semester's event are already well underway.
As the Robo Ram Cup concludes its inaugural run with the team known as Bats and Laughs as its victor, anticipation builds for next year's mechanical spectacle, where students will tackle a new engineering challenge in the ever-evolving landscape of innovation.
How's it going, CSU? I'm Zoe Weir.
And I'm Matt Greenwald.
And Matt and I did an interview that was a little out of the norm.
Yeah, you could say that. I like to be out of the norm sometimes, so yeah, I mean, did you like it? Was it fun?
Yeah, it was definitely fun. You and I are usually the ones asking questions, interviewing people, so we were like, what about us? What do the people want to know?
Well, the people want to know a lot. They want to know everything, honestly. But I mean, did you, was this your favorite interview you've ever done?
Let's roll the footage.
So how does it feel to be on the receiving side?
Feels good. It feels a little awkward.
Okay. Did you buy your own merch?
I did.
Since you started with us here at CTV, what made you stray away from the norm?
That's a great question. I have always been not the norm. Growing up, I was an outcast. I still think I am an outcast even outside of suiting up. So I kind of just had the thought one day, I was laying down, and I said, hey, I'm going to make this good. I got the suit idea from Peter Montini, and that was great. So he had an idea of the baggy suit, and yeah, it was a team effort.
So on top of that one, how do you come up with your props? Because usually, you know, we use cameras and microphones, but on Suiting Up CSU, we see hairspray, interviews on FaceTime coming out of pockets. Where do those ideas come from?
Just upstairs noggin. I like to think outside of the box. You know, obviously we've all interviewed people with microphones growing up. You know, why not do it now?
Did you interview people with microphones growing up?
Of course. Did you not?
Are you talking about like in the last 5 months or like last 5 years?
Last 5 years. You walk around school and like, you'd be like, have your phone, be like, name an occupation. You know?
No. Who are the biggest haters of your show and who are your biggest fans?
Got a lot of haters, got some haters in the DMs. You know, stick to the norm. But hey, like I said, I'm not part of the norm. And my biggest supporters, a lot of my teammates, great supporters, coaches. Dallin Holker has been a great supporter, even though he's fell off after he went viral from the combine. He hasn't liked any of my things and reposted it. So gonna have a conversation with him about that. But yeah, got a lot of good fans. But also haters. Haters are my motivators.
Well, you tend to ask your interviewees very personal questions. Like you asked Isaiah Stevens, where do you live? Yes. Or it's a random question. So my random question for you is, what song can you go like absolute bar for that people wouldn't expect that you could?
Well, I was actually listening to it on the way over here. It's All Too Well by Taylor Swift. It's the 10-minute version. I know all the 10 minutes.
Can you show us?
Yeah. And there we are again, and I loved you so. Standing there, I was there all too well. And then she picks up, and there we are again, just to break me like a promise. Yeah, I'm a big Swiftie. I went to her concert at my Sweet 16, actually.
Really? So you're looking forward to Friday? It's, you know, the big... You don't know?
No.
It's the big album debut?
No, I'm not a big Swiftie now. Travis Kelce put her on the map.
Who is your dream guest to have on the show at CSU? And who would you kind of be like, I'm freaked out to do them?
Maya Lesner would be cool. But also, she hasn't responded to any of my DMs, so. So I'm kind of freaked out. She's big time. Okay. I saw her dad once at the rec center. He was scary. Brock Lesnar. You know who that is.
Okay, well, not only do you host Suiting Up CSU, you're also on the football team.
Yes.
Are we going to be seeing a football feature in the near future?
Well, yeah, we will see some players on it. I think that this summer we're going to get some football content. It's kind of hard. So if anyone has any ideas, or if you have ideas of what to do for the Suiting Up part for football, since I play football, it'd be hard. But yeah, I think maybe get Hanada on there.
My second question was, out of all your teammates, your first pick would be Hanada to have on the show. You think he'd be the most entertaining, the best one?
Yes.
Out of all your teammates, who do you want to like keep the show away from? Like you're like, I can't have them on here. It's going to take me too many like bleep, beep, beep, beep.
DH4. Damian Henderson.
DH4.
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 Yeah,
like 4. Yeah. It's his jersey number 4?
I think that's just like his Instagram handle or something.
Like DH.4?
But yeah, I mean, I would have to bleep that out a lot. That's a great question. Wow, it's kind of like who would you not want to date your daughter type, you know?
Who would you not want to date your daughter?
A lot of the players. Peter Montini.
I believe that you are one of 2 guys who are married on the team. Out of all of your teammates, who do you think is next?
How about, like, the person I'd want to be next is Peter Montini. He doesn't have any, you know, like, anyone right now, but, like, I would want him to be next.
All right.
Well, my last question is, just about you personally, out of football, out of suiting up CSU, just the Matt Greenwald. Describe yourself in 3 words.
Entertaining, random, and loving.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching that. I mean, that was the best interview I've ever seen, and might be a little biased, but yeah, great job, Zoe.
Thank you. Yeah, you're definitely quite the person to ask questions to.
Yeah, you know, it's really hard being on the other chair. I think, like, you get the questions thrown at you, and you're like, what? And you try to process it, and you try to get good content, but, you know, it's really hard.
Yeah, did you feel like you were put on the spot? Were your answers from the heart, or did you have to think about them for a while?
Some of them were from the heart, some of them I was just like, uh-oh, what do I say? What do I say? But yeah.
What do you do?
What do I do? Yeah, but hey, thanks so much. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Well, got one more thing. If you're craving a burger next Monday, swing by and watch a burger eating competition. First team to eat 8 burgers wins. So swing by. Lucky Joe's be there next Monday.
Are you a contestant?
Yes, I am a contestant. And there'll be gluten-free buns. So, yeah. All right.
Okay, well, you guys heard it. Head to Lucky Joe's on Monday. But back to you, Tate and Gabriele.
Thanks, Zoe and Matt. Well, I don't know about you, but it was certainly the most interesting interview I'd ever seen.
Yeah, it was very interesting to see 2 interviewers interviewing each other. Like, when do you get to see that?
Answering
I've
question
never
with
seen
question.
that before.
It was certainly, I'm looking forward to the next one, I can say that much.
I am too.
Now, I must ask you, have you ever seen one of the football games?
I have. I had been to a few at the beginning of last semester.
I personally love the football games, but I go there for the people. Those football players, they are the most charismatic and rambunctious people I've ever met.
They are very charismatic, and the basketball players seem to be too. It's very interesting to watch CSU athletics.
I agree.
Yes. Well, biking is a great way to commute to, from, and around campus. But I've noticed a lot of absolutely tragic, awful, and devastating accidents due to simply not making smart choices. Pedestrians should be careful so that bikes and pedestrians can travel safely and that horrendous bike fatalities can be avoided.
Hi, this is Gabriele Hibbits from CTV Channel 11, and today we're going to be talking about bike safety. Make sure to read the signs around you. Look both ways. Don't walk in the bike lane. These are just some friendly reminders for when you're walking around campus. Stay safe out there, Rams.
Rams should be aware of their surroundings to avoid collisions with bicycles. Be courteous and careful while walking to ensure safety on campus. Use your brain and just don't be stupid.
Good evening. Feels odd to be back. My name's Weather, and yeah.
Oh, thanks, Weather. I'm also Weather. Yeah.
Cool. Well, current conditions in Fort Collins, we got a nice 58 out, little cloudy, sunset at 7:51, and boy, do I love it. You know, the sun's staying up, go to Horsetooth, enjoy living a little, you know. Humidity at a 0%, nice dry air, and it's windy, so you'll feel it's dry with a northeast wind at 7 miles per hour.
All right, it has been a beautiful day in Fort Collins today, not too hot and not too cold. The trees and the flowers are starting to blossom, showing that April showers do in fact bring May flowers. Let's hope it stays that way. Heading into our overnight lows, tonight's going to be a little bit colder, with Fort Collins sitting at 37 degrees, Denver at 45, and Colorado Springs at 39, Pueblo at 40. Heading over to the western slopes, or eastern plains, excuse me, Sterling's going to be, sorry, don't want to step on weather. Sterling's going to be at 42 along with Burlington and Lamar, Lamone at 37. Heading over to the western slopes, we have Grand Junction at 46, a little bit warmer. Vail, Craig, Gunnison, and Telluride all sitting in that 30-degree weather range, with Alamosa at a surprising 25 degrees tonight. It's going to be a little bit dry, so there's a red flag warning going on today, so be careful.
Well, what can you expect for tomorrow? It's gonna be windy. 18 miles per hour. I thought we were done with this in January. Luckily, 65 is a high, not too bad, and 37 is our low, and it's gonna be pretty humid. Who knows? Maybe we could get a little surprise rainstorm, but 74% humidity. Who's to tell? Who's to tell? Just kidding, I'm back. And for the 5-day forecast, let's heading into our weekend. We have pretty nice weather. Saturday and Sunday, we got some good overcast going. 68 is our high, 77 on Sunday. Really excited for that. And then once we get into Monday, we're getting some of those rainstorms, and then right back to it with a little bit colder, 62 and 60 as our high. But, you know, we're looking into a great finals week. And I don't know about you, but I'm pretty stoked to finish it up here in Fort Collins.
So excited for summer.
And it's weird, you know, being back here in the big stew with all the boys, you know.
Are you not excited for summer?
I'm excited for summer, but like I'm gonna miss this news crew that I've been here for a few times this semester, you know.
That's fair. That's fair. I understand.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Elise Gerke, reporting for CTV Channel 11. I'm your new weather anchor, I guess, and this is...
And I'm Adam Carlson, your old weather anchor.
But not in our hearts.
Thank you.
Still there in our hearts.
Thank you.
And
hey guys, my name is Karma Robbins, and welcome back to Spill the CTV. Now that this mess is done, I'm actually done with all these Just kidding. We're actually going to do something really nice and spoil our senior managers. First, we're going to start off with Eton. Eton, but you're a great EP and maybe the funniest guy at CTV. But Brandon's coming up next for that title. What I'll miss most is about showing you those birth month slideshows. And hopefully yours is always a bad month.
Eton was a really funny member of CTV. And my fondest memory was in September when I started going to the newsroom. He would be there and we would do fun little quizzes.
My favorite thing about Eton, oh god, there's so much. He's so welcoming in a time where I felt like I wasn't really clicking with anyone. He kind of like took me under his wing and really like, I feel nurtured a really friendly, fun environment for me.
I think my favorite thing about Eton is just how random he is. It's always in a positive way, but you never know what he's really going to do.
You know, Eton, I'm definitely just going to miss Eton, you know, just who he is. It's just really, really sad to see him leave.
Okay, Eton. Eton I started working with a really fun, vibrant, I don't know, he's always just really funny. It really brings mood up of the whole crew.
I'm just gonna miss Eton in general because he's so funny and he's able to just kind of light up the room.
Eton, you know, what an innovator of CTV, you know, getting Ramboozled up and running. You know, we just had the president on. Like, that's crazy, you know. And Eton just, you know, encouraging me to pursue, like, my own show with the nature stuff.
Eton, honestly, he's been there since the beginning for me in studio.
Robbie, you have always been a great news director, and you have always helped me when I need it, especially when I love to just give you my computer and say, do the work for me. But unfortunately, you don't do that, but that's all right. I'll take what you've taught me this year into the future.
My favorite memory of Robbie was probably his 20th birthday. We went down to, we went down to the church club in Denver, and essentially it was like one of my first times hanging out with him, and I was able to get the entire club to sing him happy birthday, and that from that moment on, we kind of just bonded together.
For Robbie, I'd say his overall energy I'm gonna miss.
Robbie is like just so nice. He's just so nice. I'm gonna miss having somebody he's like someone you can always count on, you can always go to. He's really nice.
I really appreciate Robbie and his willingness to, you know, help me out whenever, you know.
I think what I'm gonna miss most about Robbie is that he was awesome to just talk about films with, and also he made some epic student films that I'm gonna miss watching.
What I'll miss about Robbie is, I mean, even though we only worked one semester together, I'm gonna really miss working with him anyway, just because it's been really fun.
this year, I got very close personally to Robbie. We spent a lot of time outside of CTV, but also inside of CTV, getting to know each other. So that has been a really fun time, and his personality brings such a fun light to CTV.
Hey Sam, it's me. Anyways, you've been an amazing person to work with this year, and I'm so glad to have you as our news producer this semester. You have been awesome, and you will be missed around here so much.
My favorite thing about Sam is just being able to talk to her, whether it's on an easy day or a hard day. She's probably one of the most caring and compassionate people that I've ever met.
One thing I like about Sam is how organized she is and how on time she is with her deadlines when her news crew isn't.
Sam has just taught me a lot, honestly. Like, I feel like she is the one that like can sometimes be harder on me and has allowed me to grow a lot, and I don't know if I'd be where I am, honestly, without her.
You know, Sam's been like the OG. You know, Sam was my news director last year, and I just really appreciate Sam just working with me.
Sam, oh my gosh, I'm gonna miss the energy that Sam always brings to the newsroom.
I miss Sam. She's super cool. I had such a good time and learned a lot from Sam.
Hey Tom, I always appreciate you for always helping me with editing, no matter what. And my favorite memory is definitely when you cuss all the time, and Robbie's always like, language, because it's so funny, because you just have the vocab of literally only bad words, and it's the funniest thing ever.
My favorite thing about Tom is how dedicated he is, whether it's to his music, his craft as a DJ, or just making content.
One thing I like about Tom is how passionate he is about the things he likes. It's very inspiring.
Tom is just really fun and funny, and I appreciate how he's always DJing. And I love his mouse disco hat. I don't know. I love the musical vibes Tom brings.
I think Tom, you know, he's been a lot of fun. You know, he trained me up for CTV, and you know, he really encouraged me to do what I want to.
I think I'm just gonna miss the social aspect Tom brought to CTV.
Tom's so cool. He's so funny. I like how he's just himself no matter what.
Hey Savannah, it's me. You're the best studio office manager, and I've loved meeting you this year. I'm really sad to see you go. I loved when you taught me how to direct, and I learned that I was actually kind of bad, and studio is way harder than I thought.
My favorite thing about Savannah is just how much of a warm and welcoming presence she is.
Savannah I also started on studio crew with, so she's near and dear to my heart. And I just love studio crew so much. It's where I started, it's where my love is, and Savannah is like the face of that, and I'm gonna miss her so much. I don't know what I'm gonna do without her.
Savannah, well, I haven't worked with her much, you know, her energy is always great before a show, you know.
Okay, my favorite thing about Savannah is that she's like hyper aware of how everyone feels, and so if you're feeling a little bit down in the dumps or a little bit upset, I feel like Savannah can sense that, and she is very caring and looks out for people a lot.
Savannah, I'm gonna miss the leadership and guidance she brought to studio.
I'm gonna miss Savannah's like calm attitude and just really strong like manager skills.
One thing I like about Savannah is she never like freaks out or anything. She always has a cool head. Always, you know, keeps it casual.
Savannah always brought a positive energy to CTV and was always happy to have a conversation.
We're really going to miss our senior managers. We love them and I wish them the best in their future. After this short break, it's time for some goodbyes from your news crew and the CTV seniors. Don't go away.
Come here.
Oh boy. Am I getting a mic?
After 2 years? You gotta be kidding me!
Okay, no.
Robbie! Seriously, do you have anything you can use against the dragon?
I can do fireball, that'll do a lot of damage.
Yeah, to all of us!
Well, I
We're in a 4-foot group!
I'm sorry, what else do you want me to do?
Okay. Hold on. All right. Wizard. You gonna roll?
Okay.
All right. Good evening, Rams. I'm Robbie Patla, CTV's very own news director. And this is my crew. Everyone, I want you all to go around, and I want you all to say your name and what your role has been on the news team. We're going to popcorn it.
I'm Karma Robbins, and I was the anchor and MMJ.
My name is Sam, and I started as a news producer in 2020, and I'm still a news producer.
I'm Bailey, and I am an anchor.
I'll just point.
Yeah.
I'm Bella, and I am a chief news anchor.
I'm Adam, and I was the weather.
I'm JJ, and I was reporter starting out, and now I'm a chief anchor.
I'm Michael, and I'm news MMJ.
Okay, Michael.
I'm Tate. I was feature reporter, but now I'm news anchor.
I'm Elise, and I'm the current weather. I'm Kate, and I'm a chief reporter.
I'm Gabriele, and I'm feature reporter.
I'm actually a part of Mike's team, not Robbie's, but I'm a sports anchor.
I'm kidding. You're a part of this team. You're Thursday night. Well, guys, this is the wonderful group of people who have been providing you all you need to know on local Northern Colorado news. Now, before I get all sappy, I want to open it up to you all and ask what has been your favorite moment this semester. We're going to do the same exact thing. So, we're starting with Zoe.
Oh gosh, I'm on the spot. My favorite thing about this semester is getting to be just involved with athletics and getting to be front row seat in so many awesome games. We got to play Boulder this year, not only in football but also in basketball, and getting closer with everybody, spending a lot of time with my team and Mike, and yeah, it's been awesome.
I'm new this semester, so I really was super excited to get to know everyone. And I think honestly can't pick a favorite memory. It's all been so fun with you guys, and I'm going to be sad to see you guys leave.
Carmen.
My favorite memory is getting close with everyone here.
Bella.
I think my favorite memory is starting off like us having the first semester of chief anchors. I think we've really got really close, the three of us, worked together, pulled off some cool stuff, and yeah, I think we were a really great team this semester, and I'm sad that it's done.
Adam.
I think I'm a big fan of the fact that, I was the weather for 3 semesters. I was like, who could replace me? Who possibly could replace me? But, I'm really happy to leave knowing that there's someone who is just blowing it out of the water, just killing it on weather.
Thanks, Adam.
JJ.
Cool. Say my favorite thing is, I guess, how many people who were doing like bad things and how much I made them mad when I called them out on it. And, like, that was pretty cool. I'm glad I got to do that with a great chief anchor team.
Michael.
It was also my first semester here at CTV, and just being able to meet everyone and work with such amazing people, it was awesome.
Sam.
I'd say my favorite memory is just working with Robbie as the news director, because when we first started, I was a producer and he was my anchor. So the fact that we get to round out our 4 years together with him by my side, no other person I'd rather have.
Agree. I'll keep my words brief.
I was also new this semester, and I watched Adam's old videos and was like, I don't know how I'm gonna fill his shoes, but it was a rough start, but I got there eventually, and I was really blessed to meet all these amazing people along the way, so thank you guys for that. I just love getting to show up here every day and hang out with you guys. You're not the worst people. Specifically, a lot of love to my chief anchors, because we've done a lot of learning together this semester.
Yeah, I'm super new to CTV, but it's been so awesome. I started out volunteering, and then I got a job a few weeks after, which was awesome. I was so grateful for that amazing opportunity. I've learned so much, and I've met a lot of awesome people with my first few months here. So.
Well, I started at the beginning of this year, and I've met a lot of amazing people. I think my favorite moment of all, though, was when we had our news meeting at Texas Roadhouse and saw 12 consecutive birthday parties all at once. So I enjoyed that quite a bit.
One of them was Chi, who could sadly not be here with us tonight, but this goes out to him. Anyway, thank you all so much. Now here it comes. All right, so now I'm not going to lie. When I was first hired to be your guys' news director, I did not know what to expect. I assumed it would be a walk in the park, but what I did not take into account was how much you would all be to handle. It's been a lot. However, but in all seriousness, this year has truly been an unbelievable journey for me. I've gotten to see you veterans challenge yourselves more than you ever have before and still come out on top. I have also seen a lot of freshies and newer CTVers join the crew and transition from shy newbies to confident and strong individuals. Each and every one of you has touched my heart probably more ways than you all realize, and though all the stressful weeks, all the enforced deadlines, and large number of Slack messages, I'm really not sorry about that, by the way, you have all been triumphant in your abilities to produce such amazing content. So to all of you, I am honored that I got to see you all start new and grow into such strong and inspiring people in the last 8 months, and I know you will all go on to inspire many more others and be the people you were always meant to be. And I know you will keep on inspiring me. So from the bottom of my heart, everyone, this is a little awkward, I'm looking at the camera, but I'm addressing everyone here. Thank you all for making me such a proud news manager. And I know that you might have been sick of me. You're probably sick of me now, but with that out of the way, it's time for one more just news crew. So on 3, I want everyone to clap and yell news crew. 1, 2, 3, news crew! I love you all genuinely. After the break, we will be joined by more sappy people as our graduating seniors will join up here to say their final words before departing the studio. Stay tuned.
After 2 years?
You gotta be kidding me!
Okay, no.
Robbie!
Seriously, do you have anything you can use against the dragon?
I can do fireball, that'll do a lot of damage.
Yeah, to all of us!
Well, we're in a 4-foot group!
I'm sorry, what else do you want me to do?
Okay.
Hold on. All right. Wizard, what do you do? Wizard?
I don't think I'm into this kind of stuff fully. I can't do it. Hey, I think I'm pretty anxious. I'm just.
No, we can pause this.
We can take a break. Let me go get some water. Yeah.
Grab some snacks. Yes, we're good.
Welcome back from the break. Tonight, unfortunately, is our last show of the semester. And per CTV tradition, it's time for our seniors to say goodbye.
Hi there, I'm Peyton Lesser, and this semester I worked as a volunteer studio crew member. It's been an amazing experience getting to know each and every member of the CTV team, and I'm truly thankful for the time I spent here. I'm sad to walk away from this amazing group of people, but I'm leaving with a lot of new knowledge, many fond memories, and one of the greatest experiences from my time here at CSU. So thank you.
Similar to many of you, the pandemic has completely changed my life. For the better, for the worse, I don't really know. But I do know that regardless of all the changes and uncertainty in these past 4 years, my time at CTV has been something that has finally made sense. We are all trying to find our place in this world, all trying to figure out what we want out of our limited time. And in just 1 year, CTV has shown me what I'm looking for. It's a place to call home, a place to turn peers into family, a place that supports and inspires you to be the best you can every single day. And so for that, I say thank you, CTV. Thank you to everyone that tuned into any of our amazing shows, and thank you to everyone that has believed in me, even when I did not fully believe in myself. Keep on watching, keep on going strong, and I can't wait to see all the amazing places we'll go.
Amen. Not me having just talked to now I'm going to talk again. So this morning, I'm not going to lie, when I was writing this, I actually was literally choking up within the first sentence, so we're going to see how this goes. For me, it's a bit of an understatement to say that my time here at CTV was integral to my life. From the moment I stepped foot in the old studio as a little baby freshman, I was truly mesmerized by what I laid my eyes upon. There was this energy consuming the air of the room that I would have never imagined. And from the very first moment, I decided I wanted to be a journalist and share life stories. I always had the impression that, you have to be super serious all the time. And I'm not a serious person. Is my mic muted? That's ruining everything, bro. Is it? It's not muted. You lie. You lie to me.
I saw a cue. Sorry. I saw a cue saying.
We're gonna have to start over. No, I'm kidding.
No.
No, but for real, where was I? I always had the impression that I always had to be super serious, but I'm not a serious person. Luckily, I do know when to be professional. But, however, after volunteering for the first time at CTV, I believe I was on camera 3. I believe I was on this camera right here. I was just amazed, and I knew that this was the place where I belonged. The camaraderie that everyone shared was infectious, and I felt welcomed and supported by complete strangers who I never knew would grow to be some of my greatest friends I've ever had in my entire life. So I always knew that this day would come. I always knew friends would graduate. I knew one day I would have to too. So I never let a single moment with each and every single person here be forgotten. Moments such as getting a traffic cone unstuck from the bottom of Sam's car during a shoot, to our SPJ trip where I was assured that we're not just work colleagues, but we're lifelong friends. And to the countless gatherings that we would have numerous mystery drinks, if you know, you know. And even to this moment now, standing up here with all of you, looking out at all of you over there, I know that none of this will ever be forgotten, and while I'm eternally grateful for the lifelong skills I have learned here from videography, storytelling, being able to stand up in front of people and speak like this, nothing compares to each and every single person here. Everyone has had an impact on my life, whether they know it or not, and even in life's most dark and difficult times, I could always rely on those here, both in and out of studio. I've learned so much from all my friends here, and nothing makes that more special than to see firsthand those come into CTV brand new and embrace its culture as I did all those years ago. I've already talked so highly of my crew, but I'll just say again, I could not have asked for a better news crew this year. And to all those who were here when I first started, thank you for making me feel like a part of your family and being willing to show me the ropes. I will always be thankful for you. And finally, to the handful of you who are currently up here with me, who are currently in studio watching this right now, and to the countless of you that are here watching this right now, I wish I could single each and every one of you out, but I'm afraid I've already yapped too long, so I just want to say, I just want to let you all know, you are why I decided to stay here for so long. You are why I continue to have this amazing energy into the studio and newsroom. It wasn't me, it was always you guys. You are what gave me meaning. Every single one of you gave me meaning in life, and you are why I'll look back at my time at CSU. I won't think of the school and, I went to campus, no, college, no. I will think of CTV, and I will think of all of you. This is one of the best things I could have ever had happen to me, and so I guess for that, thank you for everything.
All right, I'm going to stick to the teleprompter. I'm Tom, and I know I usually joke like I just did and make a bit, but this time I do want to be genuine. Distilling the last few years of my life is somewhat meaningless and frankly disrespectful to the time I had here at CTV. I came to CTV in 2020 after COVID like so many others, and it wrecked everything in my life. And I had no idea what I was doing. Dropping out was a very, very serious consideration. But it's thanks to Wout Buchart that I'm here. These last 3.5 years of my life have been some of the best ever, and I don't know what I'm going to do without CTV. I can do this. I have had so many amazing opportunities, and I can't say thank you enough to everyone who has been part of my journey. For my Oscar moment, I want to especially thank my mom for always being so supportive of my dream. I know it's cheesy. And my dad for always encouraging me every step of the way. To Ellie, thank you for always listening to my rants and watching over my videos to support me. Alex, my great friend, there you are, hi buddy. You have been integral to my entire journey, and I know it's cheesy and cliche, but saying I couldn't have done it without you would be a vast understatement. You, my friend, have changed my life. To my fellow managers, some up here, some in the studio, thank you for constantly making this job fun and laughing at my jokes even when you didn't think they were very funny. And lastly, thank you to everyone at CTV, past and present. Whether we worked together once or for the last 3.5 years, You have touched my life, and I will probably never forget you. I fought so hard to give you the creative voice I wanted for so long, so badly, and I hope that all of you had the chance to express that. The only thing I would say to you is keep pushing and do what you can't. Whenever someone tells you you can't, do it anyway. Thank you all for watching, and I guess this is it. Goodbye.
Hi, my name's Alex Prast, and I've worked at CTV for, I guess, since February 13th, 2019.
You're old.
Oh, sorry, 2020. Wow, I misput that in there. For you youngins, that is pre-COVID. I've held the titles of broadcast engineer, graphics coordinator, CTV Geeks host, media production coordinator, and co-entertainment director. I have an unbelievable amount of people to thank for my experiences, as my years here have completely changed my life. The friends I've made here I will keep for the rest of my life. But if you ever saw my last episode of CTV Geeks, you'll know I kind of got my emotional goodbye on camera. So instead, I want to lead by passing along advice I learned throughout my career at CTV. Well, number one, if someone promises to get bloopers done in a week and they've never made bloopers, do not trust them. It will not happen for another 6 months. Never be cruel, never be cowardly, and never breathe in any kind of dust from the Clark ceiling.
Don't do that.
Or let water drop on you from the Clark ceiling. Really anything involving the ceiling of Clark, just steal it. Time speeds up as you get older, so enjoy your time here. After all, life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop to look around, you'll miss it. Always try to be nice, but never fail to be kind. CTV is a special place if you want it to be, and it will change you. Let it change you. Try your hardest. Forgive first. Be kind. One last time. Good shit.
Oh no. Okay. Dear CTV, I think it's time we go our separate ways. It's not you, it's me. I know we've had a long ride together, but I am unfortunately moving, and I don't do long distance. We've been together for a while, almost 4 years, but I was just a teenager then, and I've done a lot of growing. It's not that you haven't grown too, I just feel like it's time for us to say goodbye. Okay, but in all seriousness, I was kind of a loner in high school. You could have found me sitting by myself at lunch just because I preferred my own company. And when I came to college in the middle of the pandemic, like all of them mentioned, I was scared I wouldn't find friends. But that's further from the truth. I didn't just find friends within CTV, I found a home away from home. All of these people standing with me and all of the people off camera have made my college year so special. From our annual summer camping trips, pulling an all-nighter in Clark, filming a movie, celebrating Alex's 21st at Disneyland, the many hours I spent with Robbie filming, our retreats up at Tom's cabin, and all of the times we spent in our old studio in A70 playing games until late into the night. This is one of the hardest goodbyes I'll ever have to make. I'm not sure I'll ever find such an amazing community again, but I'm so grateful for the years that I got to call this place home. CTV will always have such a special place in my heart, especially the people who have become my second family. I'm sorry it has to be this way, CTV, but I hope we can remain good friends.
2.5 years ago, an old friend of mine introduced me to this small television known as CTV. Starting off as a volunteer, I was tasked with assisting the camera operations for the Monday night sports show. While I spent the rest of that day standing behind the cameras, I would have never thought to see myself standing up here later to be the face of it all. But the more that I embrace CTV for what it truly has to offer, as well as the fact that I just kept showing up until they were forced to give me a job, but you know, whichever way works for you, the more that I knew that this station would hold a special place in my life. Now, there are a lot of things that I should be proud of when I look back at what's happened to these past few years. From becoming an experienced live television director to creating 3 entertainment shows, each with their own unique styles and concepts, it's safe to say that my resume and portfolio are satisfied from all these accomplishments. But the one thing that I will forever cherish is seeing the people of CTV grow and develop in this field. Being in such a positive and diverse environment is something that, despite trying my best to wanting to replicate when I go out in the real world in real jobs, I will simply only see it as exclusive to CTV. And nothing showed that strength more than the situation that we all had to face this semester. Being thrown into 2 classrooms as an alternative studio was nothing more than one of the most stressful experiences that we've all probably had to have dealt with. But I'll stand my ground and say that this move in studio has been one of the best things to happen at CTV. Despite the negative energy that tried to sneak up on us, you have all proved that there's more to CTV than the set of the station or the cost of the equipment. It has always been, as always will be, about the people that put in their heart and souls to be positive yet motivated. For those of you returning next year, promise me to keep pushing the boundaries, to keep trying out new ideas, keep being courageous when you attempt to try something that you are not usually familiar with. No matter how bizarre things might be, please let your creativity spiral in your content. It's the only way that both you, the viewers, and myself will know who you really are when you're speaking within the packages that you make. The best ideas have been made from the fact that we were able to speak up and tell others about it and hopefully make them come true, which is a task that I know all of you guys behind the scenes are capable of doing. From the bottom of my heart, I love each and every single one of you guys. You've all been amazing. You all have amazing potential in this life, and I can't wait to see each and every single one of you guys succeed in it. If this is the last time that we see each other, just know that I would not have asked for anyone else to call my one and only CTV Emily. I am excited to see what the next generation of CTV has to offer. Seeing change is always good for the growth of everyone. But if there is one thing that will never change, and I hope doesn't change, it's the passion for putting something that you love. And that is something that I know for a fact will never, ever change at CTV, and I'm proud of that. And finally, to end things off,
I'm Jack Miranda. I am the Ramboozle producer.
This is Peyton Lester in studio.
A shout out to Savannah Rockwell, our amazing, lovely studio operations manager. You're killing it.
I'm Robbie Patla, signing off as news director.
This is your media production coordinator and engineer, Tom Isaacson.
I'm Alex Prast, engineer and media production coordinator.
This is Sam Medley, assistant executive producer and Thursday night news producer.
And finally, I'm Ethan Sepulveda, your executive producer.
Sayonara, bitches! Language!
Oh wait, guys, I made this.